I love their boxing.
Well, now we see what they're doing for
Kaya,
KSI.
yeah.
And look at him, you're right. This is the next in line. KSI, who made his living doing videos about FIFA and video games, is now here with the support of the United Kingdom. Let's go back, though, guys. The guy who's standing in the middle of the ring like Ali, Radio Raheem. What do you got, my friend?
Now you see KSI's team around him. He's taking a little bit of water. He's listening to his own music.
Jermaine's
He's
live.
hyping himself mentally. This is the kind of locker room that I expected to see. This is what I talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, when it was empty, when it was cold, when it was just me in here. The energy fills this room now. This feels like a KSI moment. I'm wondering what's happening in the Logan Paul locker room. We saw him come in with just Jake, which is a surprise to me. Mike, is that something that's you've expected? Is that common? Is this a new Logan Paul like he promised?
They are keeping the Logan Paul locker room on lockdown. As you could tell, there's about twice or three times as many people in the KSI locker room as there is in Logan's. That's the reason why I'm standing in the hallway currently and I'm not allowed access to the room. It is a lockdown. Shannon Briggs runs a war camp. There will be no visitors, no unannounced guests besides the people that are in that room and people that are very close friends with Logan to hype him up. And, you know, speaking of the viewers, as I said earlier, Logan did a great job plugging KSI's channel and has really driven a lot of the Maverick fans over to KSI's channel to watch it, which was a great tactical move on Logan's part.
Mike, I've known these guys maybe for a couple of years just by covering the fight, but you know this guy personally. This is your best friend. You live with him. Is this the Logan Paul you know? Is this an atmosphere that you've even been locked out of something that you expected, or is he bringing a guy that maybe none of us have seen before tonight?
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I've seen stuff that looks like it, but never at this level. He, as we know, he was a wrestling champion in high school, and you know, so he's had this type of excitement before, this type of intensity before, but not on this level. You know, for him to say to my friends and family, I do not want to see you guys tonight. I want to focus. I do not want to talk. I do not want to mess around. All of that showmanship, all of the jokery is now out the window as he focuses on getting the fucking job done.
You know, when both of these fighters enter the ring, I'll tell you the one thing I'm going to be looking for most importantly is who's the calmest. Not who's relaxed, but who's calm, who's prepared, who doesn't have those butterflies in their minds. I'm wondering if Logan Paul, is there something about his performance, the way he enters the ring, and the first punch he throws that will be a telltale for you when you know that your friend's either got this or your friend might be in trouble?
I think I can tell already, Raheem. I mean, when I look at Logan right now, he is completely and utterly calm. He's relaxed. When I walk in, he's got a smile on his face, but only for a half a second, and then it's back to business. I think he's going to walk in there. He's going to be breathing. He's going to have a team massaging him. He's going to be loosened up. There's so many differences between this fight and the fight that happened in Manchester last year. It is a completely different scene. But as you said, when he walks in, you know, Logan is a dog, Logan is a hound, and so is KSI. It may take a couple shots to these guys' chins before they get fired up, but I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of Logan's punch.
You know, Logan Paul is the Maverick. He talks about doing whatever he wants because he's Logan, and his family is always around, though. I see his mom out. I see, obviously, Jake's
can't change
always
the
out.
title.
He is a family guy at heart. I'm wondering, when he looks over that top rope and sees his family sitting there, what do you expect that to do for him inside? Is that a motivating factor to him? Will that make him nervous? Is he representing the Paul name tonight like no one else ever has in history?
Absolutely is. He's also representing America more than he ever has at any other time in his life. But because of Shannon Briggs, because what the canon has told him, he will have blinders on. He is going into that ring by himself. He's got no one with him besides KSI and the referee. That's it. He does not, his plan is to go in and imagine that there is no one in this stadium, there is no one watching from home, and that it's just him versus the man that he plans to put on a stretcher tonight, and that's it.
Well, it is the Maverick versus the Mogul. We're going to find out whether or not that guy on the other side of that locker room is going to bring the pain, or if this guy in the locker room behind me has an agenda and is ready to win. Throwing back to you.
Thank you guys, incredible work. Great shot of both locker rooms. We have a completely different audience now that we've had an hour ago, 2 hours ago. If you're just tuning in now or joining us on the app, one of the biggest differences in this fight from the first one was the reduction of the glove size. There's no headgear like there was in KSI Paul 1, and the gloves are smaller. We have Ryan Garcia right here,
Thank you, guys.
lightweight champion. Tell everybody what the huge difference is with the different glove size.
You know, the first fight they had 12-ounce gloves, and this fight they're having 10-ounce. You know, 2 ounces to everybody's like, oh, what's 2 ounces? You know, it's nothing. But when you really put the gloves on, the main difference is when you put your hand in a 10-ounce glove, it literally feels like you could grip the whole glove and you really could put your knuckles in it. A 12-ounce, there's more padding, more protection for you, yourself, your hand, and the opponent. But 10-ounce gloves is deadly. You could really get hurt in there. You could really get knocked down. With no headgear, it's dangerous. I'm really scared for these guys. I'm not kidding. I'm a boxer. I'm scared for these guys. They don't have much experience. They have no headgear on. They've never been in a stage like this. If you miss this fight, you're crazy because you don't. This is probably one of the rarest moments you really don't know who's going to win. You have no idea. You can't predict it.
If the champion is saying he's scared for this fight, now I'm scared. I wasn't scared until he said that.
I'm actually petrified. I'm not even kidding. These guys can get hurt.
He's scared for Logan. He's scared for Logan.
Yes, you were about to go inside the Staples Center, be on the call at ringside. Before you go, you've been incredible tonight, obviously, Ryan. Final prediction for the fight.
Final prediction. I'm seeing it right now. Logan, jab, straight right hand. KSI doesn't know where he's at. He's in his own nightmare and he's out cold. He's a nightmare, right?
It's going to be a nightmare for Logan. It's going to be
his own nightmare.
Make sure you pay up the 10K, man.
No, you pay me the
$10,000 bet between
You give me my 10K.
Ryan Garcia says Logan Paul by knockout. What round?
I'm saying second round.
Second round
Second
knockout.
round
He didn't
jab
say it confidently.
to the right hand. Oh, I'm saying
He said it with a question mark. You got to get out of here, buddy. Get in there. You are the best. That's WBC lightweight champion of the world, doing some quick work and maybe making a quick 10 grand. We'll find out. You're the best.
Right, I'll see you, my brother.
Where does this 10 grand come from?
He's out of here. Look out. That's like the future of the sport right there. There you
Like,
go.
seriously, not even a
Lot of
joke.
fans. I know, right? I'm not exaggerating. It's incredible.
What do we think is going on in the heads? We saw I wish he was still here so I could ask him this question, but what is going on in the heads of these guys when there's 30 minutes to go in the fight?
I know how it is. I had my first professional fight a month and a half ago, so I know what whoever is talking to them right now, they're just like, they don't know what's going on. You don't want to, even if people are saying good luck, you're just like, be quiet, shut up.
It's one of those things that when you have a no-hitter in baseball, you don't talk to the pitcher to jinx him. If you're a fighter within the 30 minutes of the fight, you just want to be left alone?
You're just thinking about what you want to do to your opponent.
I would think there's a stir craziness too. Like, let me the hell out of this dressing room. The last fight went 12 rounds and went forever. Thankfully, what we're looking at here is only 4. So it's also like, get me out of here. We got to get this thing going. But shit, it's almost go time right now.
I know, and I'm excited for this fight too. Nikita, he's from Brooklyn. He's I believe 8-0, 7 KOs. He trains at one of the same gyms that I train in New York, in Brooklyn, and he's a knockout artist.
Okay, we'll stay tuned and see if that knockout happens. But Logan talked earlier to his guy, his housemate, his bro, Big Mike. Here's what Logan Paul had to say earlier this evening.
What's up, champ? Fight night is finally here. Fight night is finally here. How are you feeling today? What is your vibe? What is your mood?
Mike, don't we do a podcast together?
This is Impulsive. This is the Fight Night edition of Impulsive.
Oh, we're roommates too, yeah?
Facts.
Okay, so why are you asking me this? You know the answer. You know how I'm feeling right now.
Well, I got people in my ears talking. I'm not used to it. How did you sleep? What was your routine today?
Yeah, that's a great question. A lot of sleeping, if I'm being honest. Shannon called me at like 1 p.m. I was just still chilling. I have a problem with not getting too excited. Like my energy is just like I want to go. So we've been on simmer the whole day. And yeah, right now I feel great.
Now you kicked me out of the house. Did that help keeping energy on simmer just a little bit?
Well, you know, Mike's the fun guy. Mike likes to have fun. I like to have fun too, but these are not fun times, Mike.
This is a war. What is your message to all those watching the war tonight, especially to your fans in the audience?
It's going to be crazy. Thank you guys for coming out. Tonight will mark the end of the wildest journey of my life, and I just want to thank everyone who supported me along the way.
What do you say to any, haters out there, KSI fans, who think this isn't real, this is for show, this isn't a real boxing match? What do you have to say to them?
I'd say give us a shot. If you don't like what you see tonight, then I give you permission to hate, but we both put in too much work for this not to be the best show of 2019.
final question. How's it going to go down? You said it before, but do you still see it going that same way?
I've said so many things at this point. We're prepared for anything. Maybe change from round 1 decapitation to round 2 decapitation. Point is, heads will fly.
There it is. Heads will fly. Logan Paul here in his locker room. Exclusive combat fight night, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready. Download the DAZN app. People are talking in my ears. I'm supposed to pull you to the middle of the room.
There's major controversy in this fight. I don't know how to say it.
Oh. Oh, right there. Oh, look at this. All right, so this camera is going to be on. You'll be covered from every angle. We'll be watching your moves in here, but I will not be in here. I won't be talking to you. I'll be respecting Briggs' wishes. Wave. Give him a wave. Give him a wave.
That'll be on?
That'll be on.
We don't want to break it.
He said get him down.
He's like, get him the fuck down.
All right, back to you guys.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
You've come along.
Oh, you just call it?
Yeah, I think it's over.
He just got DQ'd. Oh,
Here we go, gentlemen. We are close as we look into the locker room. They're watching the fights, of course. There's some wild action going on at DAZN tonight as we get closer to the fight. Of course, get the DAZN app, DAZN. But let's do a final check-in. This guy has been standing post all night. Big Mike, Maverick House, Logan's buddy. Mike, give us your final words before we get into this thing.
Guys, it's go time. It is fight night. It's fight time, and there's really just nothing left to say at this point. All the words, all the talking, it's time for it all to stop, and for people to do what they promised they would do. And like for myself, even my heart is racing, my blood is flowing fast, and I'm ready to get out there and watch my boy destroy this kid and use it as a stepping stone to the next part of his journey. And it's go time.
Mike, 2 final predictions from you. I want to know what happens in the fight, and I want a prediction for the after party. What do you got?
Prediction for the fight, kid's coming out swinging, round 2 or 3 stoppage. Logan Paul wins. Prediction for the after party, there's a line of people waiting to get in the hide, and there's another line of girls waiting to talk to Logan. I think it's going to be another massive victory for the kid at the after party.
Mike, you're incredible. We've seen the Jim Grays and the Larry Merchants of the world, but you're right up there, my friend. You're a legend. You did awesome tonight, bro.
I love you guys. Thank you.
Big Mike. Making big
Jim Lampley's on notice.
Can you imagine that? We love Jim Lampley in the fight game. He's a Hall of Famer. But Big Mike really brought it tonight for boxing journalism.
Good for him.
Meanwhile, if you guys been changing at all in your expectations, sometimes you get closer to the fight and you show up here, you think, I thought it was going to be this guy. You have been steadfast with who?
With KSI, and I feel like Logan Paul's team, they're the ones that have been changing. Mike has been changing.
Mike's been a little all over the map, but I like it.
Even in the past interviews with Logan Paul, first he said first round KO, second round KO, now it's going the distance.
Okay.
From seeing what I see right now, KSI looks composed, and he's ready to shock the world and shock the people who place the bets on Logan.
Yeah, so I'm curious here because everyone saw that fight, right? And you're supporting KSI here in terms of winning the fight and actual emotional support as well. How do you approach that after you saw the film and the jab? I keep talking about it, but if you're watching the film there, how do you see KSI is going to adapt to the jab this time around? Because without the headgear, it can do some damage.
He's been training with the Mayweathers, and they focus a lot on defense and on his jab. And I've seen a few videos where he's gonna go to the right and just go into the body.
Yes.
He's focused on that. The first fight, he didn't even train much, and this fight coming in, he trained a lot. And Logan has been given a lot of promises, so we'll see how it goes. Download the DAZN app and see it. Make sure I get it. I'm hyped, man. I'm excited.
So what if KSI comes out here for a stamina fight, comes out for a marathon, and he sees that Logan Paul isn't burning out after 2 rounds anymore? Do you think there's going to be a game plan shift there, or is he just he's going to go in with that plan that he had no matter what?
I feel like he's going to have a game plan, and he can adapt to whatever goes on. I'm just more worried for Logan gassing out. I don't think KSI is gonna gas out like that. If anything, Logan is the one that's gonna come out because Justin Bieber is watching.
Yeah.
All these Dan Bazillion is watching. All these celebrities are watching, and Logan got a lot to prove, especially with the YouTube community. He's been through a lot of controversy, so this is his time for redemption.
Well, that's an interesting angle. Is there something to say about Logan needs a knockout more than KSI does? Is KSI cool just winning the fight on the cards, or does Logan feel like that's not a victory for him?
100%. Even if KSI loses, he will still get love. But if Logan loses, it'll be crazy.
And all the love right now is on us because we're sitting here and it's maybe 7 or 8 minutes until the fight of the year, the internet event of the century. Get the damn DAZN app. DAZN, App Store, go click on it. DAZN app, because we are literally minutes away. It's interesting because one of the themes coming out of the Paul camp, one of the quotes was, you can't become a meme, all right? You talked about game plan. Both of these fighters have had a game plan for years, starting with video games and Vines, and they got all the way to Staples Center, the house that Chick Hearn built. You are a guy in Absala who understands YouTube and Instagram. If Logan Paul is knocked out cold in this fight, first of all, if someone who hates him or someone around, what do you do with that? Do you is there a Simba waking him up? Is there some sort of gift? What would you do to get the most content from that?
Oh my goodness. I would just go online. Everyone would already be doing a job. You know, I already know, like, there's gonna be a lot of parts of this fight that's gonna go viral and be memes. And if Logan gets knocked out, I'm uploading a video and watching it and laughing because he laughed at my friend Slim who boxed Fusi. He was making fun of him, disrespecting him. So I would definitely be like, haha, like you know, you came out all confident, and now look what happened. You just got knocked the F out, you know?
So you'll never live it down. We're here at what is traditionally a basketball arena, and in basketball we say never jump and never fall. Those are the first 2 rules of basketball. You never want to get dunked on. You never want to get your ankles broken because the internet lasts forever. You can delete tweets, but they have screenshots. So if somebody gets slept, as JoJo said, if somebody gets slept here tonight, that is going to live forever. No matter how many times they fight or how many views on YouTube their next video gets, every single comment is going to be the person sleeping. And that'll never, ever leave. That's what's at stake today.
Even in the future, when they upload future videos, it will forever be in the comments. Forever.
Rob, it's the sort of the JaVale McGee factor where it's always about, no matter how well they play, but you got your ass kicked that night at Staples Center. It's funny because you know what Logan Paul has got going for him is people want to hang out with him. They want to see what he's up to. No one wants to hang out with the guy who's drooling and asleep on the canvas. It's a big deal for him. They say he risked it because if he loses tonight, it could be like, well, shit, the $1 million party stops. The stakes are really high on this thing.
You know how annoying it must be to walk up and down the street and if you get knocked out tonight, every single person, not even the ones that just don't like you, there's plenty of those, everyone is going to be saying, dude, you got knocked out. Like, you're popular enough that you can't go get a burrito up there on pitches on Sunset.
You're right.
Ready to fight. Yeah, ready to fight.
He has been in this building now for 3.5 hours, the better part of which he has been in a small, fluorescently lit room with people. He must feel like an animal at the zoo with people banging on the glass, and it's almost time. I cannot imagine the anticipation as we see Jake, who came by and was really candid with us, and of course KSI, all business with the look. He's got sort of the executioner. He looks right now. It's unbelievable. He really does look like.
That's a meme right there. That's a meme right there. No matter what happens.
And we're almost there, minutes from the finish line.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
This is your last shot to get the
fight. How do you not want to get this fight after all these people that just walked up here and told you they showed up in person to watch this fight, let alone on the internet? That is the reason in itself, guys.
The zone. Get the zone.
Don't you get the feeling that something's going to happen tonight? Now, I don't mean the boxing, sure. Something in the stand, something extracurricular, something with Jake. You know what I know these guys don't have planned? They don't have nothing planned. I know there's going to be some kind of show.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, and there is a reason why Justin Bieber is here tonight. I understand it's to support his friend, but he's not showing up for just that. He's got ulterior motives here and business agendas. I feel like something is going to get involved with him at some point. I don't know what it is, if it's good or bad, but that's the prediction.
As we're watching our guys ringside, I can't imagine that this is going to be a straight start to finish. Good, clean fight, shake hands, hug after. Everybody had a nice time. As much as we respect the work these guys have put in to be boxers, These are goddamn entertainers. These are internet entertainers who are very aware of their brand, and I cannot even imagine showing up and just saying, well, yeah, I didn't have anything special planned. If you miss this fight tonight, you're going to miss the conversation for the rest of the year.
Well, that's the evolution of boxing where we're at today, is because it is much about the technicalities of boxing as it is creating the content around it and driving the business of it. So these guys tonight have a responsibility to their viewers and also the boxing traditionalists to put on a good fight. That's 50% entertainment and 50% I'm not in here to get killed. So now you have two jobs. In the past, there was no Twitter, there was no YouTube where 300,000 people are watching you hold hands, right? So you would just go out there and do your job. Now your job is to entertain us and convince us that this fight was worth it. And if that first fight was any indication, I don't know how we don't have bloodshed tonight.
And I think there's going to be something at the end that is worth watching all the way, and I think that's going to be a call-out. Let's not forget the reason this whole saga started was KSI at the end of another fight, out of nowhere, decided to call out Logan Paul and Jake Paul. They responded. They had the first fight, now the second. But the call-out, this sort of MMA style, I just won the fight, give me the microphone, I want to point to someone online or here at Staples Center who I want to fight next, is reason to watch. Guys, as Logan Paul leaves the locker room in Stars and Stripes, we have about 90 seconds. I want our final predictions. We have been here all night. Adam Saleh, you are a guy who gets boxing and gets how social media works. What is your prediction for this fight?
I think Logan is going to come out hard in the first few rounds. KSI is going to play it smart and let him gas out and knock him out in a fourth or fifth round.
Fourth or fifth round knockout
KSI.
by KSI.
Yes, KSI.
Incredible. Rob Perez, you've been fantastic all night on the gambling, on the fighting. Your final prediction, sir.
So I respect Adam's opinion here, but I also live in the world of gambling as well. I see where the steam is coming, and I see the way they're reacting to lines. I also know the fight that I saw the first time around. I do think Logan Paul can make it through on stamina. I think he's going to turn this into a boxing match versus a street brawl, excuse me. And because of that, it's going to go the full distance here. It's going to go to the cards, and Logan wins unanimously on the cards. Plus 650. Book it while you still can.
You know, it seems since Logan Paul's been here for almost 3.5 hours, at least for myself, I keep waiting him to break character. You know, like I feel like he is putting on this very serious act, but now he's walking into the arena and there's no costume, there's no clown suit, there's nothing. We're seeing KSI as a sort of bedazzled Bane mask as he walks in, which I respect. But the reason I bring this up is that this is not some sort of clown show. For Logan Paul, I feel like it's the most serious thing he's done in his life. Yeah. I really do. I think he is going to win this because I think he is a lot stronger, and with the gloves and the headgear, it's only going to take one. And I think there's going to be a major social media event at the end of this fight where he calls somebody out, and let's just say that somebody might be Conor McGregor. It might be somebody really, really... I wouldn't want to do that either. But if the check clears, though, Rob, you know what I mean?
Who cares?
So we are out of here, guys. It has been an incredible pleasure to be here outside Staples Center. Please
Get the zone,
buy the
get
fight.
the zone,
Hurry up,
get
get
the
the zone
zone.
app
Get it
as
now.
the two fighters go into the ring. It is KSI versus Logan Paul 2 at Staples Center. We call it the scrap on the app. Back to the crowd. You have 10 seconds left to go buy the app.
Let's
Move
go.
those fingers. It is time to get it on. Somebody cue Michael Buffer because it is fight time in Los Angeles. Good night, everybody. I am Kyle Brandt. It has been my pleasure here on DAZN. For everybody with me, let's have a hell of a fight.